everybody. Here we are today. It's a great day for yoga. You know, yoga is a really great mind-body exercise. I think we all know that and understand that. But it's also a great way to help transform energy. That's another Qigong thing to do, transform energy. So if you're kind of in a little bit of a bad mood, you do a little bit of yoga. You're in a better mood, you need a little bit of energy, you do a little bit of yoga, even in a better mood. So let's start out today, legs spread out wide, easy flowing motion, inhaling up, hands together, exhale down, sitting down in a squat, inhaling up. Hands together, exhaling down, down in a squat, inhaling up, exhaling down, coming down, sinking the weight through the heels, just repeating as we just warm up the body so that we get ready for our practice, bigger muscle movements. One more time, inhale up, exhale down. And then I'm going to widen my stance, toes facing forward, and I'm just going to dip, just gentle twist. Right shoulder to left knee, coming to center, left shoulder to right knee. I'm going to do a lot of twisting today, enlivening to the spine. Some people call it rinsing the spine. A couple more times. And just feel how good it is to be stretching. Right? Yoga, so much stretching. Toes facing forward, butts are back. Hands coming down, maybe to a block, maybe to the floor, lifting through the spine, lengthening through the spine, lifting through, through the hamstrings. Let your head hang heavy. Maybe you hold on to the back of your ankles. Trading places, crown of the head to the earth. Tailbone to the sky. Shake yes, shake no. And then taking the left hand to the right foot, reaching the right arm up, just taking a twist here. Again, like I said, lots of twisting is going to happen today. And then taking the left hand to the right foot, lifting. And then again. So just kind of flowing with this twist. One more time on each side. Last time. And then relax, bending through the knees, coming back to center. Shoulders up, back, and down. Let's come down to the mat, coming to all fours. So all fours, tucking the toes under. You decide how much of a toe stretch you're looking for. So maybe you just guide your hips back and forth a little bit, and that's encouraging as much of a toe stretch as you like. Maybe you just stay on all fours. Maybe you release from the mat, sit back, stacking shoulders over hips, hips kind of over ankles a little bit here. Pulling the chin in. So with all of the sitting that we do nowadays, maybe all of the home officing that you're doing, all of this looking down, we need to rectify that. We need to balance that with some pulling the chin in, just a little, stacking the head directly over the shoulders a little bit more. So I'm going to be very mindful of that as well with you today, really cueing you for that. So stretching the toes, stretching the soles of the feet. Oh my golly gosh. So feel free to take a break from this. Let's focus on something else by inhaling up, reaching the arms up high to the sky, shoulders are down. We're going to take a twist here, turning to the right side. And back to center. Take a nice inhale, exhaling to the left side. Back to center. I'm going to pull my arms down, squeezing the shoulder blades in the back. I'm still sitting on my toes. Woo! Let's release that, coming forward. Oh my golly gosh. Pat that out. That is super duper intense. What were we we thinking? Okay, just patting that out, coming to our tabletop position yet again, and just feel your weight shifting forward and back a little bit, coming forward and back, maybe making some hip circles, coming all the way forward and all the way back. The next time you come to 12 o'clock, releasing, going all the way back and around. Just let your body move easily. And then we'll come back to the table, reestablishing your position at the table. And we'll take our cat-cow from here, dropping the belly, looking up at the sky, inhaling in our cow. And then exhaling in cat, even guiding your hips back a little bit, coming into your cat. And then slipping forward, coming into your cow, looking up. And then exhaling back, maybe you guide your hips back. So you do you, whatever feels good to you, including the kidney squeeze in between. So feel free at any point to just look out over your right shoulder. Oh my gosh, there's my kidney squeeze. Coming back to center, looking out over your left shoulder. Squeezing that kidney and coming back to your cat-cow. Tucking everything in, rounding the back. So feel that you're really stretching out through the spine, the front side of the body in cow, the back side in cat. One more time in each. And then just coming back to the tabletop. We're going to take a stretch, a runner stretch, and bringing the left foot forward, bending the left knee directly over the left ankle, and then extending the right hip out long. Really feeling the hip flexor in the right. There's Pippa. She likes yoga too. Dogs are good at this, right? When they see you do it, they want to get in on the action. So I'm just leaning into this hip right here, just leaning in, shoulders, hips in alignment. Inhaling my right arm up, inhaling my left arm up, coming to my steeple grip. Just feeling it at the hip flexor. So just guiding yourself into it gently. And then framing your foot, we're going to hop back on our back toes and then releasing the knee from the mat and then coming into that runner's stretch here. Again with the hip, releasing the right arm, coming up. In a twist on this side, taking this hand down, releasing the left arm, coming up in a twist on this side. Framing that foot, reaching back, coming into your dog. So feeling your dog for a moment, stretching the toes out, lifting the hips up high, whatever it takes. And then coming down to the mat, stepping the right knee forward and sending that left leg back. So right knee forward, knee over ankle, and just allowing the left hip flexor to get it good. Leaning in, gently coming forward. Noticing how it feels. Giving yourself a really good stretch here. And let's come up on the toes on the back of that leg. And then we'll take an inhale with the right arm, taking a twist from here. So we continue to articulate that hip flexor. And bringing that hand down, we'll do the same thing on the left side. Taking a twist. And then pushing back into your dog. Let's take a wide-legged dog here. So feet at the edges of the mat. hips go high to the sky. Gaze is between the feet. This is our straddle down dog. Breathing. Out through the mouth. Taking the right hand to the left foot, the outside of the left calf, coming into three-legged dog with our front paw. Hips stay high. And then replacing that hand at the center and then bringing the right hand over, or the left hand over to the right calf. Three-legged dog over here. And breathing. Hips go high, lengthening through the back of the legs, bending through the knees, taking a wide stance here with the knees, and we'll come into our balasana, our child's pose from here. So arms out long, hips go back, head comes to the mat, to a block. Stack your fists and rest your forehead on your fists. And just breathing. Letting it loose, relaxing the low back. Getting in touch with what's inside you. The gaze is down and in. And then we'll release that, coming back in, bringing the feet and the knees back into alignment, back into our tabletop. The toes go under, the hips go up. The right leg inhales up high to the sky, kicking the right heel into the left butt cheek, gazing out under your right armpit, and breathing, 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 breathing. Coming up to your tippy toes on your left foot. Pushing that weight, directing that weight a little bit forward to your shoulders, strengthening through the shoulders here, sinking the heel back, squaring those hips, bringing that foot forward, rising up into your crescent lunge. So right foot forward, left foot back. Shoulders stacked over hips. Dropping the left arm, reaching the right arm up, gazing at the sky, back bend. And breathe, 3 counts. And let's bring those hands down. Let's push back into our three-legged dog. Let's just pulse that leg up a little bit, bringing that foot down. Same thing on the other side. Inhaling left leg high to the sky, kicking the left heel into the right butt cheek. Gazing out under the left armpit and breathing out through the mouth on exertion, and then maybe lifting the heel off the mat, coming to your tippy toes, shifting that weight, shoulder strengthening, sink the heel. Squaring those hips, bringing this foot forward, left leg forward, right leg back, crescent lunge on this side. And just breathing, dropping the right arm down, lifting the left arm up, gazing up at the sky, lifting through the spine, heart to sky, shoulders down and back bending crescent lunge. One more breath. And let's come forward. Toes are out. Coming into our sun pose. So, inner thighs strong, weight sinking through the heels. Palms are up, shoulders are relaxed. Pulling your neck, chin in a little bit. Taking a few breaths. Lifting the heels. One or the other, And maybe lifting up and down a little bit here. Strengthening through the core, engaging the groin, the thighs, the glutes. And then sinking down low, hands to heart. Coming into our horse pose. Breathing deeply. Again, feeling it in the inner thighs. Lifting up, toes forward, hinging at the hip crease. Reaching out to the sides, forward fold, release. Shake yes, shake no. Exhale out long. And let's pivot again, facing the long side of your mat, coming back into your dog. And we'll flow from high dog to high plank or from child's pose to kneeling plank. So inhale to plank or kneeling plank. Exhale to down dog or child's pose. And let's just flow this pose, really concentrating on the strength of your core. From dog to high plank, back to dog, to high plank. And just feel it, lengthening through the back of the legs, controlling, and let's hold your high plank or your kneeling plank. Shoulders are back and down, knees are pulled up. And we're just controlling, strengthening through the arms, strengthening through the core, holding longer than we wish, bending through the knees, gliding back into Balasana, child's pose, or flowing to kneeling plank, and back to child's pose a couple times before you rest in your child's pose. Guiding the hips back, relaxing the low back. So child's pose is not a nothing pose. We're shifting from our gaze up and out and into down and in. So coming to your child's pose, thinking about your low back, thinking about releasing. And then inhaling yourself up to your mat, to your tabletop position, pushing up into your dog position, inhaling right leg high to the sky, bending the right knee, bringing the right foot forward. Right foot forward, I'll switch sides so you can see, coming into our warrior two. So right foot forward, left foot back, gaze over your right fingers, right hip open, as if somebody's pushing your right thigh open. And let's flip the right hand, inhale up, bend the left elbow behind, and come into a reverse warrior. So opening up through the side body, really twisting here, right? Spinal flexion, not twisting, flexion of the spine. Maybe you gaze up at the sky, a little bit of a twist, and come back forward. Turning slightly up at the sky, coming back forward, last time turning up, and exhaling back to warrior two, Virabhadrasana 2. So pulling up the left leg, pulling up the left kneecap, tightening through the thigh. This is our stability in this pose. We don't want to overload the right leg, the joint. Breathing deeply. Hands behind the head, more stretching. So we're going to come into flexing the oblique muscles, center, back to left, forward to right. Really stretching the side body out. Last time forward. And then elbow to knee, reaching up nice and tall, side angle pose. Breathing, and let's take a bind here, bending the left arm behind. Let's look up with the right, and inviting a little bit of a twist to the spine. Relax your shoulders, lengthen through your neck, and breathe. Wiggle your toes. Feel the pada bandha, the foot seal to the earth. And let's release that bind, planting both hands on the mat, pushing back into your dog. So you can hold your dog and take a break here. You can flow through Vinyasa, down dog to high plank, or kneeling plank, chaturanga dandasana, or kneeling, cobra, or up dog. Exhale back to your downward facing dog. Pause here, or hop hands or feet behind hands, hanging in your forward fold. Lifting up through the hips. Bending the knees, inhaling up high to the sky. Take a couple of breaths. Swan dive down, hands to mat, push back to dog. So one version of a Vinyasa flow, you do what works for you. So just feeling your downward facing dog, relaxing through the legs as you lift through the hips. Inhaling left leg high to the sky, bending the left knee, bringing the left foot forward, coming into your warrior two on the other side. So left foot forward, right foot back. Straight line from the left heel to the instep of the right foot. Gazes out over the left fingers, and we're breathing. Pulling up the right kneecap. In through the nose, out through the mouth on exertion. And let's flip that left arm. Let's inhale up. Let's bend the right arm. And let's open up the spinal flexion. The spine is moving from side to side. Stretch the intercostal muscles, the muscles between the ribs. And if you want a little bit of a twist, turn and gaze up. And then come back. Turn, feel your ribs moving, your spine. Come back. One more time, turning and coming back. And let's release that. Let's take that elbow to the thigh, reaching the right arm up, coming into our side angle. Don't worry, I didn't forget about those oblique exercises. So feeling the openness across the front of the chest. Feeling the pulling up of the right knee, wiggling the toes, and breathing. Inhaling up, hands behind the head, and then right elbow to right hip, left elbow to left thigh. Two more times, really feeling the stretch on the side body. This is part of your core. This is part of what holds you up. Coming back to center, releasing those arms down, shoulders up, back, and down. And let's cartwheel those hands to frame the front foot, the left foot, pushing back to dog. You know the drill. You stay here. You move to a child's pose. You flow through a vinyasa. Whatever it takes for you to feel like you are wiping the slate clean. All meeting back in a child's pose whenever you feel like it. So guiding your hips back, relaxing your head on the mat. Maybe you place your hands above your head. Lengthen through the spine. guiding your body forward, lengthening through the whole body, framing your mat. And we're gonna reach the arms out long, and then we're just gonna point the left toes and lift the left arm. So squeezing the glute on the left side, the gaze is down, and switching sides. Right leg comes up, left arm goes out long, palm faces down. Squeezing the glutes, arm goes down. Now you can do both legs, squeezing both legs, pressing both hips into the mat. You can lift both arms. You can bring your arms behind you, coming into locust pose. So chest expansion, back bend. So reaching out long, palms facing each other. Lengthen through the spine, really reach out your neck. And breathe. Then relax, relax everything. Relax your hands down, frame your body. You can look to the right. Let your heels turn out to the sides. Your big toe mounds go together. And listen for the heartbeat. And then turning the head, looking in the other direction. And then taking your hands to frame your body, pushing up and back. We're going to come up to sitting. Move my setup here for a little bit. Come up to sitting, extending the legs out long, moving the butt cheeks behind you, lifting up through the spine. So sitting up, hands can come down to the sides, coming into our staff pose, pulling the chin in a little bit. So getting the idea that you're stacking your spine. I used to take a lot of spin classes, and I had this one teacher in Evanston, Illinois, and when you stood up on the bike, he would always say, stack your back and follow me. Stack your back, okay? Let's have a forward fold here, hinging at the hip crease. Maybe you inhale up. Maybe you just allow yourself to hinge forward. Maybe you have long arms and grab onto your toes, hands to mat, reaching long through the spine. That's really the primary goal here, long through the spine. That's going to allow the back of the legs to stretch out as well with this folding forward. Taking some deep breaths, exhaling through the mouth. And then inhaling yourself back up again. Nice. I'm gonna pull this over a little bit, get more centered with you guys. Sitting up into our easy seated pose. So wiggling around, establishing your shoulders over your hips, and just allowing your knees to open up. So some people, their knees are gonna be like this. Some people, they can be down low. It's kind of how you're born, okay? Inhaling, arms up high to the sky. Pulling down in strength. Repeat, inhale up. Pull down, strong. Last time up. Pull down. Palms open. Open the throat, look up at the sky, squeeze the shoulder blades, thoracic back bend here. We're lifting out of the low back, we're not sinking into there, we're not sitting in our low back. Throat is open. Taking a few breaths. And then relaxing your hands behind you, continuing this chest expansion. So coming to your fingertips, coming to your palms, having a blanket back there, whatever you like, so that your heart comes forward. Gazing up at the sky. Think about leading with the heart. And then we'll release. We'll inhale the arms up high again. Turning to the right, exhale down. Bringing your left hand in front, your right arm is behind. Can be on your fingertips there. And so my right shoulder is pulling back. So I'm already in a spinal twist. And if yet you would like to increase your spinal twist, on an exhale is when the twisting starts happening. So think about the base of your spine. We're going to climb up the spine, itsy bitsy spider up the spine. The last to go is the neck and the head. So we turn on an exhale. So think about pulling your right shoulder back as your left shoulder starts coming forward. Picture your spine inside your body twisting. The last to twist is the neck and the head. And then you find yourself gazing at your past. It's what's behind you. That's good. Let your past be behind you. And then we'll inhale those arms back to center, back to the present. Salute to the sun from a seated position. So just really pay attention to how you feel on your entire right side, right? That feels way different for me than my left side. That was deep, deep, deep twisting. So we'll inhale here. Exhale over to the left, dropping the right hand at the midline, relaxing the left arm behind, dropping the left shoulder, lengthening through the spine. This itself is a twist. If you wish for more, you can have it. On an exhale, we're going to start twisting from the base of the spine towards the left, dropping the left shoulder back, bringing the right shoulder forward. That's how it's gonna go until you're looking out over your left shoulder. So really picture everything that's twisting inside your body, inside your skeleton. Be in awe of how much flexibility there is in your body. And then let's release by inhaling back to the present, lifting up and breathing down. Inhale up, exhale down. 2 more times. Exhale down, last time. Exhale down, relaxing your hands on your knees. Let's take some nice circles all the way around. Using the strength of our core, working hard on the core, hard on the twisting of the spine today. Reverse those circles, so feel your muscles working, your abs, your obliques. And then coming back to center. Nice, nice, nice. Here we are. Rotating shoulder up and back, one at a time. And then guiding your hands behind again, releasing your legs, coming into both bent legs, and then just crossing your right foot over your left thigh, coming into your figure 4 pose. So this might be enough for you. You might lean into it a little bit more. You might do this on your back. But just allow your glute on the right to get a little something, opening up. Breathing into it, opening at the hips. Anytime you're doing a lot of sitting, you need a lot of hip opening, okay? Let's release that leg. We'll switch sides. Left leg over, left knee bent, coming into your figure 4 on this side. Lean into it. Notice how it feels. Are you getting it good around the hip, around the glute on the left, hopefully. Just feel that goodness. Your body loves a long, deep stretch, right? It's super good for you. It's super good for your brain. Not just your body, for your brain to just go offline. When your body gets activated, your brain goes away. And we need that, right? During C19 times, we are living in our heads too much, right? Because of isolation. Let's release those legs. Let's shake those out. We're going to take another forward fold from here. So hinging at the hip crease. Scooching my butt cheeks back, hinging at the hip crease, just walking the fingers forward, lengthening through the spine, gazing down at the mat. Maybe you hold on to your feet, but we're lengthening, forward folding. In breathing. Nice. We're going to come to our supine twist. I promised you twists. That's what I meant. So we're laying down on our mat. Knees are bent. I'm bringing my knees in front, hugging my knees into the chest, releasing the low back. Right? This should feel good. And I'm just going to let both knees melt over to the right side. My arms are going to come out as anchor points. Palms down, palms up. You decide, and then my head and neck go to the left, hence the twisting. If you want more, bring your knees up a little bit more, stretch out your left leg. If you want a little bit more to this, you decide how far you want this twisting to go. Supine twist. The bottom and the top of your spine are twisting in opposite directions. Consider the lengthening that's happening through the arms. Imagine the space beyond your fingers. Imagine the space between your fingers. The space between your toes. Inhaling both legs back to center. Exhaling legs over to the left side. And then the gaze comes to the right. So letting your right hip stack over your left, extending out your right leg if you like. Just allowing this side to get its due. Breathing in deeply. Noticing how much space your body is taking up on your mat. Notice the energy that's pulsating on your mat, around you. Imagining that there are people all over the world who are practicing yoga right now. And then we'll inhale those legs back to center. So bringing the nose to the knees. So nose to knees, coming into our little ball, our egg pose. Balancing on your spine. And then releasing your egg, extending the arms and legs out super long, reaching up with the right and then the left, picking the cherries on your back, reaching out long, continuing the spinal flexion, and then coming into your five-pointed star, just reaching out long. You can twinkle your fingers and toes. And take a nice big inhale here. And then an exhale as you bring your arms in front of you, plop, relaxing into your final resting pose, Shavasana pose. So corpse pose. So we want to create a nice alignment with the spine. So make any micro adjustments you need. Are you balancing your weight equally between both hips and shoulders? Are you allowing your right toes to melt to the right and your left to the left? Is this what's happening? Can you just take one nice big inhale and one long exhale and just sink into your mat? practice to come over you like a blanket, like a warm breeze, like a comfort. Let all your good energy keep coming in and out of your body, your breath, noticing how good it feels to have opened up. Your mat is like a magic carpet, and you have been traveling on it. Ending today's practice with a little quote from my book, Make the Most of You. Know what you want. Easy to say, not so easy to achieve. Be honest with yourself. Think deeply about your true goals. Question your motivations. Isolate your essential aims. Decide on your course. Henry David Thoreau said, "The question is not what you look at, but what you see." Notice how you feel. Notice your body. Notice your mind. Notice your heart. Appreciate the goodness that you just brought into all three of those gifts, treasures. And when you feel ready to return to the room, you can begin wiggling fingers and toes, circling wrists and ankles, turning your head from side to side, bringing your knees into your chest. Give yourself a hug. Thank you, body, for doing all this. Turning to one side, fetal asana pose, sleeping baby. Taking a moment on your side, resting your head on your bicep to seal your practice in, to let this be part of the many rituals in your life that make your life worth meaning. And then when you're ready to guide yourself up to an easy seat at the top of your mat, using your upper arm to push you up, coming to easy seat pose. We will align the spine one last time, grounding the tailbone into the earth, the yin energy, lifting the crown of the head into the sky, the sun, the yang energy, and taking a sweep of the arms up for an inhale. Pause, hands together, exhale down. Hands at the heart, Anjali Mudra, locking the thumbs into the heartbeat. The light, the student, the teacher in me honors the light, the student, the teacher in all of you. Namaste. So that was it for today, everybody. I hope this was a good yoga practice for you. Come back again next time. I'm here for you.